Hey everybody, Resmatter here. Welcome to part 8 of my Disco Elysium playthrough. Last episode explored a little bit more of the new area. Most of it was spent at this creepy church where we met a couple of interesting characters. Haven't really done too much in terms of like the main quest, which is to find out who the killer is. I barely explored any of the vantage points or anything. Still so much to explore. We're wrapping up day 3 right now, so I'll definitely be finishing that and getting into day 4 a little bit. We did also talk to the man at the apartment, met some strange guy who is staying with the guy. The neighbor guy is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. It feels like he's hiding some information. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into things and we'll wrap up day 3 and start day 4. Oh god, I forgot about the clothes! Oh my... Okay, I just have to take a moment. Okay, let's do a quick kind of... Oh yeah, that's right, I'm double fisting the drinks as well. Oh yeah, we've got the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. We're still doing the Wasteland of Realities. Got a lot of time left on that one. Wow, I didn't realize how long that one was. Okay, so as for... Oh yeah, there's the dead body on the boardwalk. We found the, we found that woman, the working woman's husband, but we have to wait for that. Help Cena with her project. Yes, there we go. We also have to wait for the ice cream maker to open. Unfortunately, I did use up my physical instruments. I cannot boost it anymore, but I think if I drink some alcohol beforehand, I think that gives me a temporary boost. I didn't want to be drinking any more booze, but I don't think I've got a choice here. We gotta help set up the nightclub. Oh yeah, there's those weird guys. You've gotta sync the signs with Noid, solve the egghead puzzle. Ugh, I forgot about all that. This stuff, which is the most important thing, arguably, is like we're determining where the shot came from and finding Ruby. Haven't done any of that. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we also... I think we can do that tonight at least, because it is getting quite late. I think before anything else, we'll wrap that up. We will go into the secret passages in the Whirling in Rags. I don't know how long that's going to take us to do, but... And then I think maybe I'll talk to Joyce after Kim goes to bed, do some more reality talk. And I guess that would probably be all we could do for the night. I think I'm gonna give the ice cream machine, I think I'm gonna give it at least overnight to hopefully thaw out. I feel like not enough time has passed for me to give that an attempt.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
What about the other one, the Franconigerian ball? Want to play that?
No.
Alright, let's move on then.
The elevator stands open.
Alright, let's hope we don't die. Oh no, we got up without any issue. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a new clothing. Pinball maker's coat. Ooh, looks very snazzy. And it's all positives. As much as I love what I'm wearing right now. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Knifelocks. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moth and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. What if I used to be a pinball maker? We're gonna keep the hat, though. Now we got some footprints here.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Okay. Whirling and Regs was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes. As the novelty dice maker said, this has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
So we're getting two different opinions here. My Inland Empire says we should tell guards, where Kim says we shouldn't. Yes, that'll be up to me to decide that.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Okay, someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
Is he saying that it's mine?
This is good. He likes
Okay.
it. That's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all.
Yay!
It was a good idea to see where that door leads.
Woohoo!
Commendable work bringing us to
Thank
this
you,
place.
Kim. It's been a while since I've got such high praise from him. I thought that the whole thing was he calls me detective when he's happy with me, and he calls me officer when he's not. Although he seems pretty happy with me. Or do I have that flipped? All right, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route
Gotcha.
leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim.
Oh,
This is significant.
that door that's on the rooftop that we couldn't get in through. This is where it leads to, I guess.
This
Okay.
prince, officer, could be the prince of our killer. And if not, at
Mm.
least there are good argument for this Ruby doing it. To
Okay.
present to Titus.
Excellent.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging camp.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot.
Maybe, because there's a couple of the lorry drivers that we still have to talk to, because Joyce was saying something about the lorry drivers. Maybe they got, whoever the killer is, maybe got their boots from one of them.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Yep, there it is. Okay, yeah, I didn't recognize this at first, but I see
You can
now. All right.
almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside.
Oh, that's creepy.
Bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I like that you can approach this from multiple ways. If I could have got in this way, I would have found it, but I also got it through finding that key. Oh, that's creepy. I think I can see into Clausia's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
All right, yay. Okay, the doomed hostel. The question yet to be totally answered. Is Whirling and Regs a part of the doomed commercial area? Talk to guard about this, see what he thinks.
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Ooh, okay. Should I tell him about Clausia nicked the phone line?
Why?
I will.
No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Yeah, neither do I. Thank you for telling me, I guess. Good thing she pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it.
All right, Gart, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons. Pinball machines, a pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
I like this. If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite shit. I'm a disruptor. I'll say, think of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke
Oh, that's right.
machine.
There was me singing the
That one's
karaoke machine.
always
I
causing
forgot
trouble.
that I sung that song beautifully after not singing it beautifully.
Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
No, I'm not going to tell him. I gave him a little bit of happiness after making him miserable. There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Clausier's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
What a shame to fix such a good
Ew,
people.
no, I'm not doing. Ew, couldn't you keep the hole? What if there were some hottie stick? No.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him. Okay, so that's been done. We got a lot of skill points. Hell yeah, this is fantastic. I don't know which ones I want to level up, but we'll keep those for now. Oh, this makes me upset that, like, this... I want to take care of the... You know, fuck it. I'll tell Gart. Sorry,
Can I
Gart.
help you?
I don't mean to ruin your
Another
day.
thing. Great. What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that
But I
whole
want to
thing.
get that out of my, like, quest log.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
Right, the Whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the Whirling.
Okay, the Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the Whirling fails too. The Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed, though perhaps the Whirling will escape the curse. I'm going to say that. I'm going to try and be positive.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about the Whirling, huh? And then I went and destroyed everything.
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Oh, you shouldn't be worried about the label, you know?
I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's
Alright.
doomed enough without that.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
And who named it Whirling and
Well,
Rags?
it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. Hail, Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Against the doom, it's implied.
You know, I feel like because I helped you so much, I feel like you should at least give me my money back for the room for the night.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up?
Yes?
Okay. So that has been taken care of. Excellent. Let me just look at done really quick. Ah, that feels good to see all the things that I actually have accomplished. And then to see all the things I still need to do. Okay. All right, well, a lot of these things that we can't really do right now, it is pretty late. I guess just, we did get that information about Ruby, so just for shits and giggles, let's talk to Titus and see. I think before we were at like a 3% chance. So let's see what we're at here. Oh, we're at 58%. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna... Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. Always screw that up. Okay. I'm gonna see if I have anything... I feel like I'm not wearing the most logical clothes. Let me just change real quick, and then we'll give it a try. Yeah, we got -1 logic. All right.
It's you again. What is it?
Hey, 92%. Let's go.
A sudden flash of light.
Nice. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this yet.
The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here all night.
Why didn't you say
with
that
us.
before?
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
I mean, to be fair, Claudia did say that she ran downstairs and Ruby was there. I didn't think Ruby was actually the one who'd fired the shot.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
Okay, she didn't go to the toilet?
No.
That's a lie.
You know that's not the case.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out, too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry.
Her lorry.
She's a busy girl.
So that's why Joyce told us
Always.
to... Okay. I haven't talked to any lorry drivers except for the old woman. I doubt that's Ruby.
This complex operation is probably something illegal.
Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
I don't think that she would... Was she even able to shoot them through the peephole? Based on the trajectory, it seemed like it was coming from outside in.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window.
But maybe.
This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird
Okay, oh no.
claims.
All right.
Remember, you can still mess this up.
Ooh, okay. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the...
Okay, so they are saying it's from the
Not
roof.
from what I know about Martinet.
But we still haven't checked the other vantage points
Maybe
as well.
from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't
It was
think
close
it
up.
was a sniper.
Okay.
It was close up.
I forgot about the fact that during the whole like visual calculus that we said that it was a slight chance it could have come from a sniper on the other side. There's a 72% chance the bullet came from the roof.
72%.
But as we know, playing Disco Elysium, percentages
get it
mean
from?
fuck all
Your
when
guys
you're
in
doing
the
checks.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
All right, we have a ballistics lab in Curon, and we consult in cases like these.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof.
Okay.
How'd she get there? Climb?
There's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof. So yeah, I'm guessing finding that was the thing, because it was a very low percentage before, I believe, but finding that changes everything.
How?
Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Weird? How? You're wearing the
Oh, yeah.
pinball maker's coat.
What do you mean weird, Theo?
It was run by a fella called Nerflock something. Who
Nifla.
wore a yellow dust coat, like the one you have on right now.
I
Weird
like that
guy.
I
Never
love the
liked him.
attention to detail in this game. The fact that I'm wearing it, that they point that out.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You could just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now.
Oh,
You got
wow.
something
Okay, there's
else
a
to
lot
back
here.
this route up? Or is that
Oh,
it?
okay. There were still pinball machines in the workshop, still operational. I don't see how this is all that, relevant, but we'll see.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Nothing. I just thought we could bring some down, get some new machines in here.
Wow, man, can we? I mean,
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine 20 times now.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down.
Okay.
What else?
Have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there? That's one mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
I also found footsteps upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints. Recent.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Okay, recent, a week or two.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints.
I'm
myself
afraid that
before I
these guys are gonna
that
fuck up
call.
the crime scene to protect Ruby. Like, Titus seems like he's being kind of reasonable right now, but I don't know if I can trust him.
Good news is, I'm still listening.
Alright, guess what? Remember that key I found?
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen. The one that leads upstairs.
Yeah, that's
to
right,
the
because I
roof.
had no idea about the
This
key.
key
And Ruby would
was
have
right
put it.
here
Oh,
with
shit.
you
And if
all the
Ruby.
time.
Oh, man, yep, that makes even more sense because Ruby kept it here because if she's hanging out with them, she'd be able to grab it really easily, and they have no idea that it exists until I pointed it out. You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
All right, she could have just put it back when she was done.
Why?
This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well.
Uh-oh.
And you know it.
It doesn't fit well,
Okay.
but it fits. And he knows it.
Okay, I love this one. A skilled Sambo artist could have climbed the outer wall like a spider. We're not going to do that. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in
And we
his
still have to
head.
find that gun.
A
Yeah.
gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself.
Okay.
If it doesn't sound
boy,
like
all right.
Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
Okay, ooh, all right. Okay, if it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it. The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Oh, that's right, that's right. I could go with the antique rifle. I could go with the pawn shop. Do I want them to know that my gun is missing, though? Maybe I'll go with the antique rifle.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying
Oh,
around.
okay.
Damn it.
I love how this is like so stressful. I'm so afraid of picking the wrong choice and I'm just gonna lose him.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Okay, I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your
No,
short-range
no.
theory.
Ah, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby...
I just mentioned that there's caches.
You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
Ah, no. Okay. I just showed you a breech loader that any child could have.
A broken old
broomstick
is what you showed.
Yeah, okay. Whew, I'm glad I can recover from that.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
Yeah, this is the bullet that did it. 446 millimeter. The Bell McGrave used the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed Deathbringer.
I love it. I love that all of my investigating has, like, paid off here, that I can use all this evidence.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
Whoa.
Well, God.
Yes, 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 yes. Hell yeah.
It's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thought.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll give you that.
Okay, I'm not gonna mention the gun. I'm not gonna mention the gun. I want to, but I feel like I'm on a roll here, so I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just we need to find her.
All right. Keep talking.
Oof,
I'm getting
okay.
a bit curious about some things myself.
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off.
Oh, God.
That never works.
Okay, I don't want to say this one about the leadership challenge. That's going to piss him off. I'll say it's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Okay. Oh boy, alright. Who do I talk to? Let's go with Eugene.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on a trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the high
There we
code,
go.
boss.
We turn these guys against Ruby and they'll be willing to give her up.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her?
There we go. I
This
just
is
need to
fucking stupid,
I just
Titus.
need to break a couple of these guys. Just break the ranks a little bit. This Glenn guy seems like he's pretty gung-ho on it not being Ruby or not wanting to believe it's Ruby. So I just got to get the weaker ones.
Glenn, I thought the same
Yeah.
thing. She skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, she skipped town completely.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town.
Okay, I'm not gonna mention the leadership challenge. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that went so
There's
well.
one more thing I've been
okay.
wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her
Ooh,
if
that
you
was
find her.
that went so well. That went so well.
She made sure of that.
Okay, when did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving.
Damn, here I
That's
was
when
thinking
we
that it
had
was going to
our
be,
little
and
conversation.
I can't rule anything out yet. It is pointing to Ruby, but I've played enough of these kind of like mystery detective games, murder mystery games, where it can always be not as straightforward as you think. But yeah, I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe it was somebody like a shot from the coast and it was someone completely different from Ruby. But man, when you put all those things together, like they said, it really is looking suspicious for Ruby.
I told you. You. No, you.
Oh.
As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Oh, me specifically. Okay. She probably knew me from my singing days. I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. Yep, that's what normal people say.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I certainly have a reputation. But with my insensitive racial hat and my 2 bottles of beer that I'm holding. What else did Ruby tell you about me? I mean, I was a good cop at one point. I still am when I'm sober.
She said you have a funny taste in clothes.
I certainly do. I really wish I was wearing my kimono right now. Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you
Oh.
from Jamrock. That you're a human can opener.
Look at me. Look
that
at
you
my
play suspects
reputation.
against each other.
And I just
Open them
did.
up.
I went
Like
from Titus and these guys basically just shutting me out completely to they just gave up a lot of information and they're actually agreeing with me against someone that was like basically their unofficial leader.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just?
I just played mind games on you fools. That's the thing, is like I look all goofy and drunk and like I'm not a threat or that I'm not competent, but I just surprised you guys.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Is it true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, he... But she was too scared.
Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Could I talk to I mean he's staying here. He's not here right now. He's probably gone to bed. But could I talk to him and be like, what's up with my reputation? Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much.
Okay.
She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlock. She's not here.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm thinking she's there.
I haven't explored much of that. Maybe she's in that bunker that I can't fucking get into. That is like, I think it's a red check. You can only attempt it one time. And it was like a 3% chance of breaking in. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize.
Oh, I was there.
So that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkers
all right.
sometimes crash.
Damn it.
Time for you
Well,
to step up.
I know I've got to head back there anyway, so sure, why not?
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
It's not that girl that's hanging out with like the ravers. She also had red hair, right? It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Yeah, I don't think I'll just think
No.
it.
He already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Damn, that went so well. Oh, I'm so proud. Woohoo. Okay, excellent. Okay, so with that, we'll send Kim off to bed, and then I think we'll go talk to Joyce about reality, and we'll wrap it up for the night. I think at least, though, I'll take the beer. I'll take the 2 beers out of my hand. All right, so let's go. Oh no, Joyce is gone. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. All right, well, it looks like we're going to be going to the village on the coast. Oh, there she is.
I'll just keep the corda lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Hello, detective.
She fastens the end of the line around to the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on me?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate she read. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White. How do I like it?
She casts her gaze towards the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks, construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there? I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
She certainly stands out in this fishing village, even more than she did over there.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear. All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Oh no, politics time. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never... Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This fishing village?
No, they're in Sealindian, Isola.
No, you haven't told me.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. It's a pity. Most of these people will never know what this place means, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
All right, is this part of our reality? Tell me now.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Okay, what is this acute encephalopathy?
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts. trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly.
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, detective. Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I am here to help.
All right, what are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
There may be a way to get her speaking about herself at some later juncture. Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez. It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it. Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I?
There is regret in her voice, for all the countless things she never had time to do with her money.
Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we? Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Okay, so unfortunately that did not, let's see, the whole thing about the reality, we still... Yeah, so that's gonna be a thing that we're just gonna have to do intermittently throughout the... That one's gonna take a while. Hey, Lillian, anything else?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
I am not gonna
What's
ask
your
her on
ride,
a
officer?
date. She's cool, but I'm not gonna do it. That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine that, ma'am. I'll be honest.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
Alright, you're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Okay, let's see. Alright, I'm in, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
It's going to be quite a few years before nature is able to completely take care of a motor carriage. You could always come back in a few months and see if you still want to give it a proper send-off.
Alright, I say let's focus on the things we can actually do, alright?
Absolutely. Things like what, for example? Oh?
Oh, here we go. I'm
Who?
looking for a suspect who might have stayed in the neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
I wish I was doing this with Kim, but I don't know if he's going to be unhappy I did this without him. But very recently, over the past few days, she might have arrived on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Really? Are you sure you're not also looking for Nadia Harnancourt? Or Ignis Nielsen? Or the Great Lost City of Ace under the waves?
I am looking for a lot of stuff, ain't I?
A lot of stuff.
Alright, that's what cops do.
I guess that makes you into some sort of terrier. Either way, I can't help you out.
Alright, what's this new thought that we got? Searchlight Division. Missing persons cases just really get to you. It's hard watching people worry about their loved ones. The little nervous movements, the dark rings around their eyes from sleepless nights, and even if there are no loved ones waiting, you like to have all your ducks in a row, and it really bothers you when the whole entire people aren't accounted for. I guess we can also, maybe those creepy children will know something about, yeah, I figured they probably weren't going to be out this late. The old lady might know something.
The old woman still sits in her chair. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
Yes. I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are.
Oh my gosh, the jacket. The jacket that I found
troubling your mind?
Over by that factory that had like the bird shit on it. I found this jacket. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long? Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do.
What if it's like the most OP article of clothing in the whole game?
Must say, I'm proud of this one.
Oh geez, it's 1 o'clock.
Pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
I love it though. Like, I'm glad my instincts told me to just take everything. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay. I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinderblock town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
Okay, I'll say this isn't about the Union. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another Union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
Okay, you know something, but you decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Okay, what is the song you're humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song. Yes, it does.
Okay, so let's go and check out the shack.
It's getting cold.
Oh yeah, that's right, and there's the whole thing about like, I'm gonna see if I can, am I gonna be able to shave?
You see a bowl of water.
Oh, hand-eye coordination.
Soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror.
Damn it, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so hand-eye coordination. I know this is not an important thing to do right now, but I'm gonna give it a try. Also, let's check out my new article of clothing. Which one was it? Oh, here it is. All right. Oh boy, okay. Fall Windbreaker. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso in a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire can't harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, item is not actually fireproof. Element proof, always hot, you sweat like a pig. Okay, hand-eye coordination. This is what we are looking for.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, like an artist.
Yeah, alright, let's see. What do I look like all shaved?
Use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender.
Oh god.
The air brushing against it.
Oh, I just noticed. I don't know how I feel about that. It'll be so cool to see the reactions of everybody. Like, Kim will be like, oh, officer, what did you do?
They feel so smooth.
Nice.
Surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face.
There we go.
Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Maybe people will treat me with more respect now.
The beardless nature of your cheeks makes the expression seem even more like a terrifying grimace. As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand. You return the...
let's see. Let's get the flashlight, right? There we go.
As you look at the edge of a floor, hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark, and you stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
Maybe a gun. Maybe my gun.
A small cylindrical object.
Bullet.
You pull it out.
A 9mm.
A bullet.
Okay.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact.
Okay.
Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber.
This bullet isn't for a breech loader like the murder weapon.
The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you.
Oh.
It's for herself.
Wow, okay. Damn, I didn't really check this. Oh, this is the,
No mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven...
Okay. Let me just check some stuff out. Oh, we got another one here. Plus logic. Okay. I don't know how I missed all this stuff before. Okay, really quick, let's try. So it was electrochemistry, right? I got a lot of stuff for electrochemistry, I think. But let's check out the new thing. The swank. Ooh, that looks nice. The swanky checkered jacket flatters your form in a way that makes you feel the fun kind of series. It has really nice roomy pockets too. Okay, enough about that. We want the electrochemistry +1. All right, let's try. Let's try the expression.
On the wall.
42%. We'll give it a go.
Still not.
Damn.
happening.
Okay.
It won't come off that easy.
I wonder if I should confront the woman about this now. Maybe I'll wait for Kim. I think I'll wait for Kim. So I'll head back to my room for now. I feel like a lot got accomplished though. There's this place here that like the lights are on, but I can't get inside. I wonder if these guys will have any more information. Probably not. But it doesn't hurt to ask.
Tequila.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen a red-haired woman around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, side.
The legend! He's back!
I feel like talking to this guy is going to be pointless.
That's cool, Abigail. Abigail? Abigail, where
Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get back to my room. But I mean, I feel very accomplished the first hour or so of gameplay. A lot got accomplished. Now we just have to find this Ruby woman. And she's somewhere on the coast, apparently. Maybe she's in that building that guy and his son were at that I just can't seem to get into. She's hiding in there, perhaps.
The bed is still cold. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on ferrotape.
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience. On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
All stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
Right, that's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class. For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzle.
Oh boy, okay, we got a lot of
doing
thoughts
your
we can do.
tasks, crossing names off lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her
Alright,
mouth.
let's do... We're making progress. Measured, steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Alright, let's get right to it. What needs to be done?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
Okay, what exactly is la responsabilité?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues, the human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy. Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
Do we really have time for this?
There's always time to follow best practices. Once someone's decided to cut corners for the sake of expediency, who knows what else they're capable of? Swift, decisive action, a little self-dealing, fun stuff. That's what they're capable of.
Who should sit on this committee?
Only the most even-keeled minds. In Martinez, your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
Right, what happens once we've assigned responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what.
All right, let's do it. Take on la responsabilité. All right, let's see what this is about. Okay. And items. Take on la responsibility. There it is. Things down here are a mess. Someone really ought to do something about it. First, though, you and some other moralists should probably form a committee to decide whose job it is. Wait, I guess I probably don't need my, don't need the flashlight anymore. But I will take some... There's some alcohol because hopefully enough time has passed to go and take care of the ice cream machine.
Yes?
Kim, oh gosh, we need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject. If you ask me, it's high time for you.
Oh my gosh, as I'm holding the beer in my hand, the beer bottle in my hand.
That would be my advice.
Oh god, sorry about that, Kim. Normally I would be totally on, you know, like, I would agree with you, but I need it to be able to open up the ice cream machine. No, I meant, like, la responsabilité, you know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
For my disaster of a life.
Isn't that your job?
No, it's more nuanced than that. There's like this whole historical or social economic dimension to it.
Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility.
How did you know? Kim, do you have people talk to you in your head too?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee.
Kim's like, it is too early for this bullshit. Like, we just started the day.
You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villeudran. The gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first, you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say.
Oh
perhaps,
no. You could tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea.
Oh no.
They sort of seem to cover up some of
like just my whole face business. He's like, the more of that's covered up, the better.
Yeah. Damage. He means damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Oh, I was hoping for a little bit more of a positive reaction. Hey, boss, you want to talk about...
I can't believe this shit.
I wanted to talk about the responsibility, the coalition, I guess. Hey, girl.
Yes. What is it?
I want to be like, I shaved. Lena, I shaved. Don't I look good?
Oh, hello, dear.
Nobody cares about the fact I shaved except for Kim. Oh, wait, who's this guy? Have we been able to talk to him before?
Hi, gendarme.
Oh, okay,
Another
that's...
rendezvous.
Well, perfect. Perfect. I didn't recognize him. So that's great, because I want to talk to you about love responsibility. Okay. Hello.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings you
I love
here?
the fact that he doesn't mind that I just pilfered it off of him. What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
Well, my room's not here for the night. I'm staying over at the fishing village from here on. I'm here to kick some ass and solve the case I'm working
Well,
on.
here's to you.
Okay, tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he, did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind?
I need to talk with your Sunday friend again. It's about committee business.
Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, gendarme, what is this committee about?
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
It's about assigning la responsibility.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility, as though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is.
Oh, didn't
We
he
don't talk
say
about
last time,
everything, you see.
like, basically you won't see me again after tonight, so you better ask me all the questions that you need to?
He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. I guess you will.
Okay, I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
Alright, you were right, he was magical. Magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return to his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
What are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean to be a Sunday friend?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays.
Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, Harry seemed to be like very fascinated by this smoker guy whose name I don't know. He's like, remember he was talking to Kim about like, he's so mysterious. What is it about him that I find so like enchanting? About the
What
hat
about
and
me,
robe I'm
gendarme?
wearing.
You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it.
Are you calling me beautiful? All right. Oh my gosh. It's like carrying a piece of you with me at all times. Forget about, what's her name? The girl in the coast, the fisherwoman. Apparently I'm into the smoker guy. It's like carrying a piece of you with me at all times.
Is it now? Well, enjoy it.
Okay, composure. All right, I
Bye-bye,
definitely... This guy is quite intriguing, I do have to say. Okay, I don't think I've got anything for composure, but let's see. All right, seems like that's as good as it's gonna be, so let's... All right, let's try it. Oh no.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
Dang, okay.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
All right. I wonder if Titus is gonna have anything to say. Probably not.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
All right, I guess.
Yeah. What?
All right, so nothing really. Okay. So before anything else, I do have an idea of what I want to do today, but I feel like it's good to kind of go over the events of the day. What do I want to do? The responsibility is not really high up on my priority list. Okay, we have to call in to get some more information. We've got to call in the library, I think, to get confirmation about the working woman's husband. So we have to do that today. So yeah, there's that. Oh yes, we're gonna talk. That's right, I talked to the old lady about that. But I wanted to have Kim with me when I... Yeah, so that, the ice cream maker open. Which hopefully we can start the nightclub and then we can do all this other stuff. Oh, the little girl in the fishing village down the coast. Okay, I don't think I got that far yet. Oh yeah, there's the 2 signatures as well. Okay. We still have to find a working firearm. All right, so let's go ahead, drink that beer. How do I actually use it? How do I use the beer? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. It's right here. Okay. There we go.
This orange machine is dead still.
Wait, it's still locked?
Hand-crank ice cream churner and an electric freezer.
No.
The ice around it slowly melting.
Shoot. Physical instrument. There we go. Okay, I can level it up. I was like, oh no. There we go. It's only 42%. Okay, let's give it a try.
This orange machine is the ice ground
Yes,
in the house
yes.
under the strain of your giant Kavalzund multi-tool. Until the lid cracks open, darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep, a filament memory with the words off-site copy written on its side. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
No ice
A
cream.
scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes.
The lieutenant agrees. Someone's stomach grumbles. The room feels very cold.
You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen Kilda as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperature.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament?
No, I'm not gonna risk screwing this up. No. I'm just gonna head right there. Oh, but before I do, we're gonna call in to the library first.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a
Oh,
radio
whoa.
microphone.
Whoa, I didn't see these guys here. You
soft
two.
glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Get away from... Well, it's not my car. I crashed mine.
This is precinct 57. I'm afraid they're closed.
We should
10 a.m. Okay.
Anything else? 57.
In the cabin.
All right, but I need to see who the... What are you two doing here? Fuck the world. Piss off. Yeah, they seem like... upstanding people.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the man with piss... yeah, can't say that word.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, fuck the
A
world.
snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and on the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men
Oh,
seem eager
Cindy.
to share their beliefs.
So Cindy is one of the skulls. Who are the
You
skulls?
don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man that was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know?
Oh no, now they're about to get philosophical.
Ah, this sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
Do you know Cindy?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just
For
visiting.
all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh, maybe they are into the dance music. Maybe they can give me clues on how to fucking talk to those guys over by the church.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat. But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Damn, Kim.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious.
Oh, whatever.
You'll
But as soon
see.
as Kim says anything pushes back, you guys back down.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now? What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
I'll just say it makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field.
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
that's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence? What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
I don't like either of these choices. Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our paths? The jackets are scaring you, that's cool.
What are you implying?
Oh my gosh, we should get these jackets because, you know, I love collecting clothes. Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you.
Oh my god, are you more of a piss or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just mental exercise.
Fine. If only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
That works. I feel like I'm more of a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo, right?
Yeah, it is.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Ooh, okay. Ask the chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I can get those jackets for us? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Do I have anything for Half-Life? Or Half-Light? Half-Light, Half-Light. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Alright, what are the chances now?
Hey, piss. Look who it is.
It's only 58%. Alright. How many... Okay, hold on. This feels very important to me somehow. I do have a lot of skill points. How often do I use Half-Light, though? Like, never, really. Threaten people. Ooh, I'm gonna level it up. Alright, guys.
That ride is...
Hey, piss.
Ooh, alright, here we go. I got one chance for this.
Shrunken
yes!
These
no! No!
You're
no! 72%
I have
fail.
nothing to work with here.
Ah.
It's either begging or
I'm so
bullying,
upset about that.
or both. Just ask them.
Damn it. Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
Look at the shit I'm wearing. Well, at least I'm not wearing the kimono, but...
Yeah, like he said, total shit. What about it?
You didn't say that.
Alright. My clothes make me sad. I need to fun it up.
The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with
Alright, fine.
uniform.
Fuck it, I don't deserve a cool jacket. I suck.
Fine. Fuck
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Amazing.
Take it then.
Ah, but I wanted
can't handle this sad shit.
I literally am so pathetic. I am so pathetic that I made him give his jacket. This feels like a hollow win, but I wanted the fuck the world jacket.
It's true. You simply can't. It's called empathy.
Maybe they'll turn a new leaf. Maybe they'll be like, maybe we're too good-hearted to join a gang. Maybe they'll turn their life around.
Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Task failed successfully.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine.
But I wanted one for
My
Cam.
dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
I love this. Okay, I know you said you're more of a piss kind of guy, but we only have one jacket and I want it. Fuck it. We don't need the other one. You said that you're more, so I got the jacket. I don't think Kim wants a jacket. Wait, world fucker, you got a rich dad?
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes. You know what, cop? Fuck you. That's not what this is about. You're not getting my jacket.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich
Oh,
dad
I can only
anyway.
say to Kim, here
I'm
you
not
go.
wearing that jacket.
But why not? You could really raise hell, go undercover hard.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
Alright, I'll keep it
Dude,
then.
I'm fine with that.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's
And
all.
yet he wants to join a gang where you just shank someone on site. All right, let's check out the jacket. I'm sad I couldn't get it for both of us. Okay, a leather jacket that quite recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge on the human condition. It is his nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Drama, no fucks given, authority, minus authority. Wait, I'm a detective? All right. Can I do the spin? Yeah. With the little bow tie. So cute. Oh, I didn't wear that jacket. I look like a game show host with the checker jacket and the bow tie. All right. I worked for this. I'm gonna wear it at least for now.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by. Where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating?
Yeah, that's right, because I'm a superstar cop, right?
Superior de badasserie. Is he dangerous?
Yeah, danger to myself. I'm gonna say, damn right, I'm dangerous.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
I'm sure they are. Okay. The things I tell myself to, I guess, make myself feel better about the state of things. Does this guy have anything new to say?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Oh, here we go. Let's give me money.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
Okay, let's see. An investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. I'm not going to confiscate this humanitarian aid that you're reselling. I'm a policeman. It's an investment in good relations with the RCM. It's an investment in your customer base. I'm going to say, I'm not going to confiscate this humanitarian aid you're reselling.
Ha! That! You drive a hard bargain, officer. I respect that. Okay.
All right, let's go.
What's it going to cost me?
10 real.
Sounds like a fair deal all around.
Sweet.
Corruption.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things going by.
Sorry, Kim.
He doesn't like it too much, but what?
I'm sorry, Kim. Yeah. That was just straight up corruption. I just had him give me a bribe. Between that and taking the jacket from that kid and also talking about la responsabilité, I can just see, like, if this were The Sims, I would just see the red negative friendship level above his head just going down. The respect for me. What little he had is probably shot. Okay, I think I've been in here already. Yes, I have. Because they're talking about someone hanging out inside one of the shacks in the fishing village, possibly Ruby, I think. What we need to do is we need to talk to that old lady. Like, this shack, it was lit up at night. Somebody was staying in here, but I can't seem to access it. But anyway, we're going to talk to the old lady about... beforehand, I think I'm going to put everything into, like, maybe authority? I need to give off... I am not giving off the air of authority right now. Maybe I'll take the beer out of my hand as well. That's would probably help. Alright, a little bit more respectable. Respectable, I should say.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Alright, why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
And without
alright,
a
Ruby.
long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there.
So Ruby
She did.
was staying here before I did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else?
No.
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
What do you think she left, or why do you think she left the bullet?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
I gotta find that gun.
About your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Okay.
See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
Oh. Alright, it's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that?
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Right, further up the coast we go then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again.
Okay.
Step closer this time.
What more do you want? Yes, let's have one thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Okay. I doubt that... What's her name? Lillian? I doubt she's got much more to say, but we can talk to
Waves
her.
are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer...
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. Fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Alright, well, I can't ask her on a date because Kim is there and it just makes it awkward. Alright, well, I guess we'll head back to the church for now. Try and finish up... Oh, maybe you can talk to the... I doubt the kids are gonna have anything else to say. Maybe they'll know stuff about Ruby?
The scruffy-haired
here we go.
boy kicks a stone.
Have you seen any bad people around?
What bad
people.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Hey, twins can be... They can be creepy, but they can be also maybe very perceptive. Maybe they got some information that we don't know about. He said something about looking at this mural again. Oh, okay, this guy's still here.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away." Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could.
Oof,
she could
okay.
be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. I mean, I could try it. I can always try it again. I think I do have things for shivers, I believe. The shivers is kind of like it's a cop's intuition, I guess, right?
The once bright mural.
Oh wow,
towers
still
above you,
only
saying,
3%.
Feld Electrical.
I mean, we'll give it a try.
Tomorrow, suddenly.
Yeah, I didn't think
all is
so.
quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them.
Indeed. You hear what sounds like two men arguing where the lieutenant is pointing.
And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
Alright, let's see the update here. Okay, so we still have to go to the church. Alright. And then just talk to people. Like, we talked to this guy enough, but I'll see if he has anything new to say.
Isn't this a fine morning?
Alright, I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Alright, so I did turn the music off momentarily as I enter the church because thankfully I was able to get the copyright claim removed, but it was real tight. Like I just managed to do it before I was going to release the video last week, and it was specifically for the music that was playing in the church. As much as I love the music in the church, I don't want to risk that happening again, so that's why you don't hear any music.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, about the offsite copy you asked me to bring.
Yes?
I brought you the filament.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Wait. No. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
Wait, don't put it in yet. It might be dangerous.
No, it's not dangerous. Just depressing. I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the anomaly's location from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out. Sorna doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it. Hold on.
She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps and the light inside starts pulsing like a glowing heart.
Shh. Just give me a second. I'm almost...
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
Done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. I found the coordinates.
She's beaming. You can feel it in your heart.
Thank you.
Time for a celebratory drink, perhaps. Just a thought.
Alright, so where is it?
There. In the swallow.
She points at the other end of the church where a group of water bowls forms a ritualistic arch.
Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bowls for me. I need to double-check my calculations. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
I like my shitty, it might automatically do it, but if I actually have to remember this, I'm writing this down because, my memory's terrible. Okay, so third bowl, 2 centimeters to left. Fourth. 5 centimeters. To right. Okay.
Thanks. What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Okay. But what do they mean by... Which one is the third bowl, though?
It's awfully silent again.
Hopefully they'll tell me which one's which.
Turned off the entire world outside those walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls.
Oh, okay.
Each chalk-drawn line represents
I didn't even need to write it down.
It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound. Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall.
I just wanted to be sure that I was going to do it correctly. Alright, I'm interested to see what's going to happen here.
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Okay, wait, why did you have your headphones on mute in the first place?
Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it? But the swallow itself is...
She grows silent, her face very pale in the cold light of electricity. Alright.
I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying. Maybe it's going to tear the world apart.
Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning.
Alright, you're overthinking this.
Maybe I'm just tired.
Alright, it's scary, but we have to face it.
Yeah. You're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing happens. As Sona, Loken, and Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary. She doesn't answer, her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. one hand cupping the headphone.
Damn it.
She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off her headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Did you hear anything?
No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow?
No. No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
Silence is silence? You're sure there's more to it?
The swallow, you mean? What a great. Thanks.
Okay. Well, let's get our perception stuff. I'm changing my clothes a lot. I just love the idea of Kim having to watch me just changing my clothes like every 5 minutes whenever I'm about to do something. Perception. Okay, I think I've got them all. Give it a try.
Yes. What is it?
Oof, 28%.
Everything
oh my gosh.
disappears.
There it is again.
You are draped in silence like
Succeeded
a
at the
man staring
28%
into
one,
his
failed at the
puny little
72% one.
headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
So now, what if we just need a better sound system? Oh, is that where we're going to bring in the ravers? Maybe they've got a better sound system we can use.
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Brilliant negotiating there, detective. As always.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Damn, I wish I discovered this before. Oh well.
We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. All core. All right.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah! Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but
oh my god, I did it!
I'm a bit worried it
I did it! Wow. He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain A thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Alright, we'll say it's proto.
Wow! Culture Cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Alright, sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer! What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah! He's doing it! I know! So does mine!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
I'm the police. Okay. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us. Ah. Okay, I feel like once again I'm stuck here.
What? Oh yeah, I know.
But there's something else.
Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh.
Damn it. So I haven't solved it yet, have I? I don't think I did anyway. Oh, I guess I did. Yeah, I solved the egghead puzzle. Now what about this guy?
I see you're here again.
Are our signs?
Sorry, man. Nah, you heard me.
Okay. Alright. Maybe once
Hi
we...
again. So, how are things going?
Yes? What's the
Okay.
deal?
I managed to convince Sona she's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition: she needs your speakers for her
We are
project.
grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of Nordic dance music.
You're going to have to share space for a couple of weeks until she gets her research
That's
finished.
fine. We can manage. We appreciate it. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
Alright, well... that happened.
Yes?
Okay, so he said to check back in a few hours. So I will wait for that. In the meantime, we can finally go and explore more of the coast. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. There's a couple of things here to check out. Hey, alright, magnesium and oversized superstar sunglasses. Well, I am a superstar cop after all. Let's, try those on. Is your own stardom too dazzling for your eyes? Can't bear to look at your own fabulous reflection in the mirror? Then these classic oversized sunglasses are for you.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked
Oh,
wall,
okay.
reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez's sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Okay, that was visual calculus, right?
A scattering of bullet holes is
Oh,
spread
there we
across the
go.
cracked
Heck yeah.
wall, reaching from one corner to the other. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or They did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations. As demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes, they stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Leeches, fleas, and thieves, all the freeloader scum living off the hard work of others. Such is your belief. Maybe you should change it. They were praying, screaming. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air, the lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Kim, who was in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
What about the people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again.
I'm guessing the more I check out, the higher my shiver chance is going to be to finally get into that Feld building. Like, I keep being drawn to it. I feel like that's going to be a very important one. Hey, it's the Sunday friend. Hey, let's talk about la responsabilité.
He appears completely at ease, like a common holiday maker.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again, but things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast?
Well, I was wondering what you're doing out here.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And, well, I wished to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes. There's nothing like a stroll along the coast to lift one's spirits.
Did you see the bullet holes in the wall?
Ah? Is that what those pockmarks are? I might have guessed. Fascinating how much history is contained right here, if only one knows where to look for it. Ah bon? I'm all ears, officer. My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists. The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Where is he then? He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
All right, I got it. You're here on personal business.
Précisément. Officially, I am still in La Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
All right.
Well, under ordinary circumstances, the committee contacts you.
In other words, the committee only knows what it wants to know.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
What is that?
You mean to say that you haven't noticed the giant Coalition aerostatic peacefully patrolling the skies over Revachol?
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks to your eye like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. It moves like some ancient bottom feeder gliding over the ocean floor in search of prey.
Isn't it? A triumph of both technical ingenuity and international cooperation. I, for one, feel much safer knowing it's up there watching all of us.
Alright, why do I need to go through Archer to speak to the committee?
You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communication.
Oh, so it's seen all of the
infrastructure
things I've done, like crashing the police car and all that other stuff.
and listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and
Would we not be able
meteorological
to use that to figure out who the killer is then, maybe?
I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Convention. This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequency.
Oh, maybe,
And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available.
forgot her
for
name, the one in the
non-coalition
church.
use.
Maybe we could use that?
Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum. I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno tinkerers to do it. Unfortunately not, no. I don't have the pleasure. I am merely a representative of the coalition government, not very well.
I feel like we know someone who could do that.
But you...
Sounds like something the
Yeah.
programmer we met in the church might be able to help with.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
What is this? Wait, hold on. A fallen Pippo. Pippo? Oh boy. The small wiring framing inside this futuristic looking fallen Pippo hat gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. Ultimate peak focus, eyes on the road. Oh, maybe. Do I have the tools? Maybe the chain cutters? I could get in that way? No? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Could I try to get in, though?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Oh, that looks like that might be one of the cryptozoologists.
Here we go.
Hey!
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
Doesn't he kind of sound like my reptilian brain?
There's a cylinder on the ground.
It might be
which
just because he has a
the man
gravelly
is
voice.
arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
All right, Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
That was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed. So you can go back. I'm going to admit that part. The water lock has been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the Fazmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
All right, so I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run?
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook.
Okay.
Then
Kim is going to be like, God damn it. Harry's going to ask about the cryptid, isn't he?
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Question. Being a Fazmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sorts of specialized techniques is it using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this Fazmid.
How big is the Fazmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of Fazmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Alright, why are you so interested in the stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian Fazmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long,
would be glory itself.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the Fazmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian Fazmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think the Fazmid is here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian Fazmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive.
Females
in adverse
reproducing without
conditions.
males, a travesty, a crime against passion. And comments says, this arouses no special feelings in me. I'll say it's pretty clever.
Yes, Insulindian Fazmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly.
Oh, I've been calling her
So I'm
Lena, I
sure
think.
they'll do the trick.
Lena designed them?
Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the Fazmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior?
Okay.
This seems
A
unlikely.
carnivorous stick insect. It seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
What will you do if the traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought. Yes. What?
Lena seemed pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Oh, that's sweet.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection.
Right. I didn't know that the Fazmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Fazmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Fazmid together.
Oh boy, he doesn't seem like he's doing well. Alright, maybe you could go back to the whirling warm-up, come back and check on the traps later?
No.
What if he dies trying to do
Need to be
this?
monitored on a regular schedule.
Don't tell me we're gonna offer to look after them.
Fazmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel.
He's dead set on this.
Oh, here we go, yep. What if we checked it for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked. I'm gonna say cryptozoology and detective work are very similar.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast.
I'm totally gonna forget to do
behind
this.
a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
I'll say the pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
He doesn't look too convinced, but the small shrug indicates why not.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
Alright, what do I do if there's a Fazmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
What if I encounter it in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the
Oh boy.
sight.
Okay, so
It's quite potent.
don't take any
Last you
baths,
about a
basically.
week. Wise choice.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling.
I wonder if I go back to the fisherwoman, if like it's my chances of asking her on a date are going to be even lower. Be like, you stink.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital?
All right, we'll ask how you became a
I've
cryptozoologist.
just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up.
Okay.
If you promise.
You're living your childhood dream out here.
It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does. Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close.
What kind of evidence
Close
do
enough
you
to keep
use?
trying. Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Fazmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think that other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough.
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
Alright, so you've never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid. Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection. Yes, the Chateauquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching. Do you know what the success rate in pharmacological research is? 0.00003% of bioreactive agents have reproducibly beneficial effects. Yet science persists in the search for medicine, as we persist in our search for new species.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Yes?
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow Man.
Oh, God. Wow.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow Man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about.
Should I?
After a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Yeah, I'm more of a city boy too.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew.
Dark times will do that to good men.
Oh, is this your mug? Hold up the yellow man mug.
My mug? Why would you think that?
It seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried yellow man.
Oh, no, that's not... Why would I be calling to a broken mug?
Alright, still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Wow, I am going all in on this.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
No. No, I'm not. I was already, what's the word? Corrupt once with getting money out of that guy who was selling the stuff before.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet.
Alright, how did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS
Oh,
Municipal.
okay.
He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
Alright, Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling and rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Oh, the clinking. That's not the sound of like his boot, right? Because it was like made of special material. The clinking I just heard when you moved. He's hiding something.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Does this mean you were in his apartment?
Oh boy, there's a lot here.
His colonial mug collection. Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Okay. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling and rags?
I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that.
You were surprised to see my colleague.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one? Well, this is that racist.
Our lucky racist. Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary? Are you Gary? Are you, Gary? Are you a racist? I don't know. I like the previous racist better. He's nothing compared to Measurehead.
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with them?
No. No problem at all.
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here.
If you can remember it, that's
you can remember.
that's the big thing, is if I
Return
can remember
without
it.
the lieutenant. For this, your balance organ thinks it's a waste of time.
All right, are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
All right, Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do,
Am I gonna
officer.
straight up be like, yeah, we broke into your place?
His eye is narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Oh, jeez. I think I broke into your apartment. Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Oh, shit, I'm gonna straight up, I just wanted to ask if your door's been unlocked lately. Now I have. Oh, boy, should I just straight up... Yeah, I'm gonna just tell him.
Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
No, I did per his request.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Okay, let's see. I don't even know what it was about. I just opened the door. I don't know what it was, but he doesn't like you. Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door. Our discussion on this topic is over. I'll say, I don't know what it is, but he doesn't like you.
I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night. About some theories. Stupid. Shouldn't have run my mouth loud like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Okay, so composure is even. All right, let's... Okay, it can be rechecked. So let's see. I don't know if I have anything for composure, but we will take a look.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
All right, let's try it.
Is he?
No.
He's
Damn it.
looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just
Oh my god, I gotta ask that. I'm
Sounded
so
like
sorry. I have to ask.
But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Are you currently sporting some anal beads?
You wouldn't be able to hear if you were wearing anal beads. Please excuse my colleague's humor. Working this murder case is taking a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer that.
What he means is, working on the case is taking a toll on you, and working with you is taking a toll on him.
Of course.
Okay, so that's composure, right? So let's... I mean, I've got enough. I've got quite a bit of skill points. I can afford to use up some.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of
Ooh.
magnesium has you slammed.
There we go.
The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high
I guess it's
alcohol.
because I'm coming off like my buzz right now.
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. Maggot sideways? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
You need to maggot up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes.
Oh
If you
boy.
want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
Alright, let's try this again.
Okay.
God damn it! Why? Ah, this is so frustrating.
Of this sound.
Fine, I'm gonna come back for this. I'm so mad that I keep failing those ones. Okay. I don't want to pump all of my skill points into the composure. I don't. Okay. So you said about checking. There's the. Oh, that's one of the traps. So we'll check that.
There's a trap in the behind you. The ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed Fazmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down. 3 to go.
Alright, I know we need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping citizens and getting fresh air.
I meant no offense. Just...
The lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you, putting the trap back on the ground. Okay, so inspect the traps. Okay, just set up. And the canal you cross southeast of the village and Land's End. Okay. Okay. And they're gone, just like they said they would be.
This is the trap. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Alright, how are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
Alright, I guess we'll keep going down the coast. We have quite a bit of it to check out.
Reeds over there. It's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water. You don't have a reason to. Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Right, this isn't as far as we can go, is there? I mean, it feels like they said there was a lot of the area we still need to check out. I guess... well, let's take a look at the map, actually. What am I doing here? The map is here. Where are we? There's the Fisherman's Shack, church, Barbell, Martinez waterfront. I guess we'll check out the other traps really quick and finish that off, and then maybe we'll head back. Now we can call the library, and we'll also talk to Lena.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. There's no echo, and no answer. Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
You think we might find Ruby?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system.
I have a feeling we're going to have to go in there at some point.
5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
Oh yeah, let's check out the thought that we had here, the magnesium-based life form. It is generally understood human beings are carbon-based organisms fusing little carbon tubes together to form complex, mushy structures capable of thought, love, and locomotion. It is also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In such cases, it's important to supplement your body with magnesium. Tired? Mag it. Down? Mag time. Liver damage? Maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything and you just need to quit. What do you tell them?
An old door, worn by elements, guards. This trap's not too hard to spot. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we are done.
Alright, you seem to be getting tired.
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there.
Okay, let me see. What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Okay, maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower and took the shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a thick snowstorm melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the 3rd floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender, smoking, drinking, being happy and elated, without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Okay, so we checked out one of the areas, I guess, right? We just have to check near the canal. We cross southeast of the village. Check the island for bullet traces. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. The island at the boardwalk, okay.
This is it. The scene of the party, the fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles all evidence it. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the
we know who the
sunken
party
motor
goers
carriage
are at this point.
provided
It was me and the drunks.
Looks like it.
Alright, looks like they had a great time.
Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Nope, alright, here's the last trap.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No Fazmid either. But still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
Alright, it probably wasn't, but still, Morale needs to know.
We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building.
There it is, it keeps drawing me in, right?
What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again?
I feel like the more things that we do, it's going to increase our chances of being able to, like, get into that building. Feels like everything is building up to that.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
This is Precinct 57. Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
Alright, I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Mejean, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Mejean's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says.
Do you have any other information?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago. But I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mejean? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new
Okay, so Billy...
Lowe's Radio City
Billy's
87,
husband, okay.
But we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name
Okay,
now.
so Billy Mejean is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband...
I guess, yeah, a library thing wouldn't have a... They wouldn't have a picture, it would just have a name.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Alright, do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you...
Alright, well, that should close the case for the woman's husband, and we can at least cross that. I feel bad to say, like, we're basically just crossing things off of a checklist. Damn it, she's not here. Maybe she's inside? Oh, it's just her and the daughter. Great, so now we gotta find this woman.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Okay. Maybe she's at the Whirling in Rags? Let's see. Inspect the traps. Dead body the boardwalk. Oh, okay. Go to Billy Mejean's apartment to deliver the bad news. It's the apartment buildings in North Martinez apartment. Oh, okay. We have to go to the actual apartments. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, there they are.
Oh, sweetie, I'd
don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie. Meskin origin. The pin is an antique. Quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together.
Time to go and pawn this.
It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get
here we
the time.
go.
It's probably a cryptid, but the Fazmid, of course.
All right, you
is
never
more
told me you've seen the Fazmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Fazmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to
I love how
describe.
supportive they are of each other.
Go on.
Goals.
Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian Fazmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
All right, I'll
You're
just
welcome,
skip ahead.
sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it.
I know I
whenever
could have asked
get
all those
one.
questions, but
It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
all right, we gotta tell him about the trap.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has. But I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool. Remain professorial. But inside,
All right.
this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked the traps.
Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
There was nothing in the trap. No locust, no Fazmid.
No locusts? No Fazmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian Fazmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct that.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their
Yeah, I don't
hearts.
want to mess with
It might
it.
behove you to tread
Yeah.
lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
All right, it's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, this Fazmid. It's not very scientific to reason backwards from a conclusion you want to be true. I don't know. I'm not persuaded. Are you sure? I'll say, are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations?
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it?
Okay.
The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Yeah. We'll come back to this. Have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why? Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. But that's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast. Why so eager to go home?
I'll come back to these things. We probably should go to the apartment and go talk to the woman about her husband.
Hello again, officers.
Oh, yeah.
Have you come
Piss,
to
F,
admire my mural?
and fuck the word send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but
Oh.
their hearts are in the right place.
I should have been wearing my jacket. No, skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, then how's that? Damn, I really wish I was wearing the jacket. She probably would have commented about it. Be like, wait a minute, that's Piss's jacket.
As though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
She's making a valiant effort to come off as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution.
So tell me, what's it like being a skull and a communist?
You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs. But I'm still gonna write some damn good graffiti-o on this wall.
Her voice sounds different when she speaks this candidly. Older somehow. A weathered brown door.
Yeah, there it
the
is.
The number reads 20. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
You're right. Let's talk this through. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Are you sure this is good? Have you've seen my whole deal, Kim? I'm not exactly the most, I don't know, sensitive person, or I don't know. I just feel like I might say something stupid.
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice. The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it? The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
Before we do that, of course, let's, as we do, let's be nosy and look around. Oh, kids. Damn. Look at her sitting on the, like, she just has a look that she already knows what we're gonna be telling her.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
Keep it together. You don't want your body language to tell her the news.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often gets into all kinds of trouble. So, how can I help you?
How about some small talk before you break the news? Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Okay, I think I'm just, I mean, it's very high. If I fuck up on a 97%, I'm gonna be so mad.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Okay, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Mejean, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say? Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you, her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches, her double chin shaking. Okay. I'll say it was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
See, alcohol may have played a role, yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It couldn't have been long.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Oh, say take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
We should step outside and talk.
Damn, that's really sad, actually.
You did well.
Lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment, the balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the district. I could have done more.
You did enough. Can't save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. They'll manage. Let's go.
You look south, over the crumbling balustrade. There, 1.2 kilometers away.
It keeps going back to that building, huh?
Cuts into the sky. A tomb. On it, a mural that used to say, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away." You cannot really see the felled building from here, but somehow you feel like you should return to it.
Okay, well, that was, sorry for ending this episode on a bit of a downer, but that's that taken care of. We still have a lot, obviously, to do. Keep going back to this mural. We'll be going back to the church at some point to, there's a couple of things we can do with that, with Sona, with the nightclub, Acel to talk about her associates, the responsibility, and then we still do have to check out the other spots for the, we got to find that armor piece. The armored gloves, they said somebody in the fishing village down the coast. I missed this girl completely, so yeah, there's a lot we still need to do. It's only halfway through the day, so I don't know if I'll be able to finish day 4 in one episode, but it feels like I got quite a bit done. Explored more of the coast. I feel like I did a lot, but I can't think of anything right now because I'm like, man, this last one just really bums me out. And shaved. Hey, we shaved. And whether that was a good thing or not, Kim seems to think that maybe wasn't the right choice. But hey, maybe that's a turning point for me. It's like new day, new Harry. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more of a uplifting episode next time. Get some laughs in, have some funny things happen, and not deal with breaking the news of dead husband we reunited one husband and wife and did the opposite, at least brought closure to Billy. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for part 8. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Emily Hornsby, Henry98, Linz VA, Kenju Storm, and Icognito.